My name is Kae Kurd. This is Ain't Got a Clue.
Hey, I'm Marcus Bronzy. What's happening, man?
We have just been well. Basically, this week I saw Stormzy put up a TikTok, and it made me laugh. So I showed Marcus. It was a day in the life, right? And Marcus's reaction is one of quite possibly the funniest thing I ever saw. The way he was looking at it and scrunching up his face every 2 minutes.
Do you know what? Let me start this off by saying I'm a massive fan of what Stormzy has done.
Of course, that goes without
saying.
saying.
I love what he's done for music. I love what he's doing for education. I also have got to say, I am jealous in a way that I don't know if this format, this media platform I'll be able to convey how jealous I am, because he is nice. That's one of the nicest setups I've seen for a long time. Basically I've watched, to give you more context, we watched a video of Stormzy getting ready for his Australian tour, because I understand for touring you need to be in shape, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much about this that I love, but there's other things as well that I'm confused about, yeah? I'm upset about, and I think the jealousy is probably going to be speaking more than anything else.
You saw the whip and you were like,
yeah. The first car.
Marcus just saw the first car. Like,
yeah.
This is just a stunt.
Yeah. It was. I mean, the guy's doing good. The Lambo was anyway. Yeah. So
he woke up 6 in the morning.
He woke up at 6 in the morning, and drove to the park to jog, and then drove
to the gym
to do sprints. Unnecessary use of petrol. See me? I could save petrol there and run to the gym. So already I'm like, you're wasting fuel. Frivolous. You're frivolous, Stormzy.
When you got it though.
And he didn't drive a small car. No, we saw the Lambo.
Yeah.
So you drove a Lambo to the park to run.
Yep.
Then you drove to the gym to do sprints.
I'd be shook to drive a Lamborghini to my local park at that time in the morning.
Yeah, you got to be living in a nice area. Do you know what I mean?
You can't be doing that in Lambeth.
Yeah.
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
There's guys that are just getting home from working.
Yeah. The guys are still a heavy night out working. Yeah, they've got to go home and count their takings.
Yeah, and then just look, Rolls.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yellow, and you know it's gonna have a number plate on it that's like,
oh my gosh,
murky or something like that, and it's gonna have a murky number plate.
You can't be driving around with a Lamborghini Urus in my ends. But yeah, anyway, that's
he's got, and he took his mug of hot water into the car.
Yeah.
By the way, this is his first TikTok. I think he said his first. He said it something.
First get ready with
me.
First
TikTok.
Like day in the life.
Day in the life of Then he goes to the gym, works out. Does he do a little bit of weightlifting there or not?
Yeah,
I get confused because there's multiple workouts today.
Weightlifting, core workout, and then he goes and has a bit more. He goes home and has some breakfast.
Goes home and has breakfast cooked for him by his chef.
Yeah, this is why you see when people say you have the same 24 hours.
You do not have the same 24 hours. 100. Yeah, sorry, I cut off you. Yeah, the same 24 hours as Beyonce and Stormzy. No, we do not. Yeah, because let me tell you now, bruv. Yeah, already in this day, he's done stuff that I have not done. Yeah, you've driven a Lamborghini to the park for a run, and you've gone to a gym. It's not going to be a flipping Anytime Fitness, is it?
I think that's the Harbour Club.
There you go. Yeah,
the Harbour Club. There's only 2 branches.
There we go.
There's one local to here, where we're recording.
Yep.
And you know it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's one in Chelsea.
There we go. We go.
And it's like,
and that
you don't want to know the price of that place.
Let's not even discuss that. Yeah.
There's tennis
rent money. Yeah, there's rent money. So then he goes to his chef. Yeah, and you know what? Having a chef's cool. And that, but for starters, your chef's there, and the way the chef's looking at him, is like, why are you filming me? That's a chef that's familiar with you. That's a real that chef is there 7 days a week. I'm upset by that, because you have someone providing you food like that. And then
I knew somebody that used to cook for footballers.
Yeah,
so she would go to, so say for example the football, at a time the footballer played in France, and she had a separate living quarters, where she had her own kitchen and stuff in
I wouldn't
the
be
house kind of thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same setup, because let's break it down. His chef was looking like very comfortable. Like the chef was looking like, you know what? Maybe they have their own quarters.
They weren't in fresh garms.
No, maybe they have their own quarters. They look like they were at there.
But it's a lot, I know there's a lot of athletes that do that.
Yes.
Right? So
yes. And he's not an athlete, but he's preparing for tour. I get it. He wants to bring energy on tour.
Yes.
I get it. He wants to jump around on stage for 90 minutes or whatever, which is a workout. I get it. But his chef is preparing. What does his chef make for him for breakfast? Omelette.
Omelette with sausages.
Chicken sausage omelette, yeah? So I'm upset with sweet potatoes, yeah? I'm like, that's a bit, I'd want something more exciting from my chef. But there's me. I don't have a chef. I have to cook it for myself, yeah? So I'm already going.
Remember, he'd done a blood test with a nutritionist.
Oh, yeah. He said, sorry. I forgot I had a blood test with his nutritionist. Bro, I feel like he'd prepare him. He's like, look, I'm only fucking around. I'm not upset. I'm just jealous, yeah? But he's like the level.
This audio being used in a Stormzy song one day. Going,
yeah.
Oh, the dude's talking about me on podcast.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Get a life, guys. Nah, but you know I'm messing around, innit? But like already he's doing athletes.
If our voice gets ever used on a mixtape,
I would love that. I would love that.
I think I'd stop podcasting.
Would you? No, you know what? The comments ain't coming. Not everybody needs a podcast. Not everybody needs a podcast.
Brother, that's the embarrassment.
I'll call it a forward. But yeah, no, he has his chef that has made him food after his blood test. You know what? It made me remember just how well he has done. Because
incredible.
In this day, he works out, plays a bit. Like,
I've been on 2 lineups for Stormzy, by the way, just saying.
Is it?
Very early on in my career.
Oh, heavy. Did his job as well, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Like, but the thing is like, you know when you're like looking at the trajectory?
Yeah. He is flown.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah. I think I got a drop from him somewhere as well, you know. I got a drop from him, like a radio drop, like he probably was doing like 500 in a row.
I think you probably have something similar to me, but like there's lots of people that you know when they were starting out, and then you see them now, and you're like, oh, you still have the same number.
Yeah. No, there's been people that have been like, lend me a tenner. Yeah.
And now
I'm like, lend me 10 bags because you might have that money knocking around. You get me?
I tell you what, this entertainment industry, man.
Yeah.
You got to be very tunnel visioned.
Yes.
Because when you start looking left and right and going,
yeah.
Why have they got this and I don't?
Do you know?
Oh, you are finished.
I think what I can. By the way, yeah. Look, Stormzy's day in the life. We just finish it. He basically is training for his tour. He is on what would looks like a training regime for an athlete.
There was about 4 workouts there. Bro.
4 workouts, physio.
Wait, run.
It
was a
run,
jog,
gym,
a treadmill run. Then gym. Then paddle coach. Then when he was in the studio.
When was the nutritionist bit going? Where's that?
It was after that, right? Cool. And then he went into the studio.
Finished the bar. Finished the verse.
But then in the middle of like the microphones and stuff, he set out a mat and done a little 30-minute circuit.
But even then, right? So let's break that down a little bit. So even then, if I'm going into a studio, yeah, I've booked that space. That space is costing me money by the hour. I'm not just going to finish a verse. I'm in there with the verse written. No, he's going to the studio. Think about that. So he's doing it. And in the same studio time where people are recording stuff, there's drum kits, there's like professional sound systems. He's just doing a bit of exercise.
30-minute circuit. And then remember, obviously,
he already has a gym membership.
After the nutritionist and stuff, so he's seen his physio before.
Yeah.
But then anyway, goes home, whatever, has another meal, has a little chicken salad or whatever. And then he goes in the evening to Slough to play Chunks and Sharky. At
the same game that he's just having his coaching at.
Yeah, he had an hour coaching.
Wow.
So that's like 6 workouts in a day. That is mad. Let me tell you right now, the next day, I want to see the next day.
Finished. Yeah.
I want to see the next
day. Because by that, 6 hours sleep.
No, because he went to bed at like 12 something.
Yeah, 6 hours sleep.
No. Next day he's going, because if you are going to the gym, to the park for 6:15, you woke up at 5:30.
Oh, yeah. I need to factor in my 10 minutes staring at the wall, considering life when I wake up. I need to put, and when I say 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Right. Okay. So for me, right, I'm like, the next day he's waking up at 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then he's going, today's a day of rest. I'm going to the club again to do swim and sauna.
Yeah.
Steam. Then come back out. I want to see that day, the massage. Do you know what I mean? Like the day of recovery.
Do you know what? I think I've come to the conclusion that there are certain people in life who have got the energy to progress to the levels they have. I'm not one of them.
Remember, like they said, Kobe Bryant would sleep in 4-hour cycles. So he'd sleep for 4 hours, train, and then he'd sleep for another 4 hours somewhere else. I can't do that, bro.
I'm more like LeBron James. If I'm not actively doing something, I want to be asleep.
You know, he sleeps.
Yeah.
Any opportunity he gets.
I want that method of life. That's where I'm at.
Well, you know, Gary Neville and Phil Neville, they used to say that, like, they used to make it was imperative for them to get a nap during the day as well. So they'd sleep in the evening.
Oh shit, Stormy had a nap in his day as well, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20-minute nap. Yeah, but
what?
That's not a nap.
What?
20 minutes is not a nap to me, bro.
And me, a solid nap for me.
40 minutes out to an hour.
Hour is a nap for me, maybe 2. I am. Do you know what? This has come at the worst time as well because January's over. It's been a long month. I was knackered at the end of last year. I am feeling so fucking tired, bruv. Yeah, that just watching that video has made me tired.
By 11 a.m, you're like, I wish he had an Apple Watch on, and he showed us how much calories he burnt on his Apple Watch. Because I know it's not accurate, but it's like some sort of guide in it. It would have been funny to see anyway.
Fucking hell, he's kicking ass, man. Fucking hell. Big up you, Stormzy, man. Shout out to yourself, bro. Fucking Stormzy, so proud of you, man.
Every time.
And you know what? Do you know what I like about him as well? He's helping other people, not just in music. Like me and Kae, obviously, we're fucking around. We're busting jokes, saying that I'm acting like a hater at the start of the show. But what he does to help people with the books, the grants for uni and stuff like that,
there was still some level of hate.
More of it, of course. But more of that, more of that, please, man.
No, but you
not from him, but from other people as well.
But you know what? Like,
love what he does for the people.
If anybody's allowed to stunt, I think it's Stormzy.
Yeah.
Because he does all of that extracurricular stuff.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, what could you get onto him about as well? And also, can we say at the end of his day,
there was no jewelry anywhere there, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, where's your jewelry? Yeah. He doesn't need it. But also, at the end of the day, he sits down to watch Love Island, watch your missus on TV. Yeah. Flex at the end of the day, innit? So at the end of the day, and you know what? Let's be honest.
By the way,
she was walking in slow mo, yeah. And with all due respect, they were glamour shots. She looked good, and he's like, "Yeah, that's how I end my day." Fucking hell, bruv.
With the compression boots on.
With his compression boots on,
which was the only thing I could relate to.
Oh, there you go. He said he had skinny legs. There you go. That's all I can give. Yeah. Oh, you got skinny legs, bruv.
Let me tell you.
Give me skinny legs in it, and I'll take the rest.
You see that my Hajama's job, yeah?
Yeah.
Sick job, you know. Because I'm on the Love Island podcast every Tuesday morning, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
And then basically, she's out in South Africa for the whole time filming's going on.
Yeah.
And it's not even live. All pre-records. And you're just chilling in South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother, when, you know, sometimes...
This isn't good for my mental health, you know. It's not good for my mental.
You know, anyway, speaking of South Africa... It is South Africa versus Nigeria in the next round of the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, man.
And I know for you, this is because I know you said you were off football, but I think now the motherland.
So I want my Super Eagles to be doing their thing.
Someone said it. Winner gets Amapiano. The music genre.
I don't think that's high enough odds, man. I don't think that's high enough odds.
It was a funny bar, though.
It's a good bar. It's a good bar. But I think
Amapiano. That's funny.
I think it's a good bar. I am.
Do you know any?
This is the kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, South African makes on that. But yeah, I've got. I'm excited. This is the kind of football I can get behind because you've got two very outspoken communities out there that have strong voices, and you've got a fucking football tournament where I couldn't tell you what's going to happen, bruv. It could be a brush either way. It could be a lock between. It could be a battle. It could be a no goal special finished off with extra time, bruv. Who knows?
Can I tell you what I found funny?
Yeah, go on.
The difference in the makeup of the South African rugby team and the football team.
Really? What was the difference? Tell me.
One's just white guys. One's just black guys. It's like their cricket team as well.
Yeah.
There's like, obviously you get like the odd one in it.
Yeah.
But like the majority. But it's a bit like England's rugby team, innit? And England's football team.
Yeah.
When you look at England's rugby team, it's like, hello, where?
Yeah.
It's like Mario Tojo is like there.
Yeah, man.
But then you look at the, because it's the accessibility of sports, innit? When you look at the football team, and you're like, okay, I see.
Goes back to what you said, innit? Like 22 man and one football.
Bro, you don't even need a football. I always say this, football is so accessible, you don't even need a football. One Coke can.
Yeah. I play football with a tennis ball that we found in the park one day.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's play ball, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas...
Even rugby, innit? You need to first get the egg ball, then you need, it's a bit more techie in it, and there ain't just like it's long in it.
Hard, like
you can't make 2 jumpers into a fucking goal.
I saw somebody. This was funny actually because I was. All right. So here's something that I've sort of grasped onto. Yeah. As I've got, you know how everybody's always like travel the world, yeah, see everything, bruv. Thanks to YouTube, there's some things where I just know I never need to see in person.
Yeah.
Like seeing them on YouTube for me is good enough.
Yeah, go on. Like.
No, but have you never thought of that? Like, all right, so I was watching this YouTuber and he'd gone to Austria, right, with his mates and stuff. They went skiing.
Yeah.
I'll come back onto that,
Yeah.
I'll come back onto that. But they went to Austria. So that once they'd done the skiing bit, they went to like a few other places. They went to like Salzburg and they were bored, bruv. They were bored. They were like, there was nothing to do. So they went on a like cooking course at like to make strudel and stuff. And I was just like, that Salzburg is the birthplace of Mozart. Cool. I look at it on YouTube. Cool, nice. I'm not getting there, bro. But then, like, I was thinking about it, yeah. Could I really be asked to get on a plane to go somewhere cold? No. And then he was talking about the skiing, right? Here's the thing. He was skiing and he's all like, oh yeah, if you're 30 plus and you've not learned how to ski, he's like, probably don't bother.
I stand on that.
And I was like, thank God, because I've been saying that for ages.
I have as well.
I'm 30 plus. I've never been skiing.
Yeah.
If I go now, all kinds of trouble. I'm not learning now, innit? I'm not going Milton Keynes as well on the fake slopes just to learn so I could go on a skiing holiday.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll wear the boots.
Yeah.
I'll come look at you lot.
Yeah.
I'll go on that little fucking what's it called? The thing that goes down.
The ski lift.
The ski lift. I'll go on the ski lift back down to the floor.
Hang up again if you want as well. Just stay on it.
I'm not here to what?
And I have got friends that ski and my friends are still on that whole, do you know what, bruv? Just come along and do it and try. And I'm like, I will do the après ski, yeah? But I'm just going to miss out on the skiing and I'll see you at the bar, bruv. Or I'll get the stair lift to each of the bars and I'll bar hop all day long. Because what I'm not going to do is, but bruv, the last injury I had that I couldn't have an operation on because of lockdown was a skiing related injury. And that was the injury that I had where I'm like, I am not going to do any more extreme sports or anything.
You had a skiing injury?
Yeah. So just in the February, just before we locked down.
Oh my gosh.
I went skiing, for like the second or third time. Long story short, can't ski, yeah.
Why
went too fast.
Oh, this was before we even did podcasting.
Yeah. Fell over. Oh shit!
Yeah. I'd have told you. I'd have been like, brother, stop this.
Massive injury. So basically, I can tell you. So basically, I fell over at speed because I couldn't ski well enough to slow down.
And you're a big
and because I'm big, I'm like gaining momentum. Yeah,
that is, and it's like that. So that's like 3 times your weight at least when the impact hits.
Yeah. So I fell right, and I like hyperextended. Can't remember which one it was. Can't remember which one it was now, which is good. Hyperextending my shoulder. So like if you're watching the video, it went all the way back and it kind of came out. But luckily, weirdly, for the last year, I'd been doing rotator cuff exercises because all my mates getting older were like, my rotator cuff's gone. So I was like, let me get a step ahead and work out my rotator cuff. So I was doing all these weird exercises that looked like I was doing like a Macarena of sorts in the gym, for like 6 months, maybe 7 months. So my rotator cuff was actually quite strong, quite tight, but my joint basically came out and then snapped back in again. So it didn't stay out, but it came out, like it went whoop, bam, back together. So everything was in place, didn't dislocate it, but I just couldn't move my shoulder. Like I couldn't. So I'd look like somebody, like I'd imagine facing a cupboard in the morning, you open the door and try and get a mug out. I could get the cupboard door open, but I'd be like looking at my hand and trying to get it to the mug, and I'd look like I was some weird, like I was trying to like will my hand to get it, like it just wasn't connecting. Yeah, it just wasn't happening. Went to see a physiotherapist. I don't want to say God bless the NHS. Went to see a physiotherapist on the NHS.
They gave you a leaflet?
Do you know what he told me? Fucking prick. It's cool now, innit? Because I'm fine now. Prick told me this. He goes, yeah, like sometimes, injuries can be in your mind. Like they can be, and I'm sitting there going, bruv, I can't.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That's when sometimes you're like, let's just privatize.
Yeah. Bruv, I was brewing. Yeah, and I'm there. So I just said, you know what? Let me play the game. Let me play. And I love the NHS. I want the NHS to be well. We need to save the NHS, right? But this guy was not a good representative of it because I think he dealt with a lot of people that it felt like to me he dealt with a lot of chancers, right? Or a lot of people that would be excessive in terms of like how much mobility they'd lost. Like, I don't know. But he was like, yeah, you know, I'm a big believer in like, you know, it's, you know, of mental, you know, strength over physical strength. And I'm there thinking, bro, I'm 30 something years old and I can't lift my hand up to get a mug out of the cupboard. Help me. Help me.
I'd have got one of them resistance bands and wrung his neck with it, man.
Yeah. So I went and got a scan. And again, like, I just want to say, this is accidents happen, but I got a scan. Oh, sure, I got a scan and he saw my scan. Or maybe, I don't know, whatever happened. I got a scan, then he gave me some exercises. The exercises did not help whatsoever.
Of course not.
Went back for my scan and then I kid you not, yeah. He looked at my scan and was like, 1 minute, went out the room, came back in again with a different set of scans. He was looking at the wrong scans. So I'd been given the wrong exercises. That's why I was seeing no improvement. And so he looked at my proper scan and he's like, there's massive trauma across your shoulder. Like, there's massive trauma across it. So like, there's little white bits that you see which mean trauma. And basically there was just like lightning strikes all the way through my shoulder when he looked at all the scans, because you can like look through your whole shoulder.
And then at that point, did you go to him? I'm a massive believer in mental strength when it comes to work, you know, once you've made an error, to be able to be strong and come back from that and apologise.
I didn't. I left with a new set of exercises and out of fuck it. You know what? That was unlucky, all of that shit, but luck runs in mad circles. Shout out to my boy. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. I can't, because he was in the military at the time, but he's not now. Had the exact same injury as me. Yeah. And he...
Did you like swap ID cards or something, and then he got like...
almost as good as... But when you have like a doctor, when you work in the military, they're not trying to, or a physio, they're not trying to get you back to like, this is where we can recover your strength to. They want to get you operational, field ready, innit?
Yeah.
So he gave me these exercises that look I think it's something combined with another thing that's out there called the Cambridge Shoulder Program or something. The dumbest looking fucking exercises ever. I thought these rotator cuff exercises looked silly. I looked like I was one of my friends said it looked like you're trying to fly.
Why you're passionate about this? You are swearing a lot more than
is
usual.
It? Sorry, yeah. After watching that Stormzy video of him looking all in shape, innit? I'm like, forget, I couldn't even move. He's got a guy taking his blood just every day, and I'm like, I can't even get a scan on my shoulder. Anyway, so I did these exercises, and I went from, it took me about 6 months. Oh, that's it. And but at the same time, the NHS is saying we'd want to operate on you, but we can't because everything's locked down. So I'm doing these exercises where I look like I'm trying to take off. Basically, you look like you're basically trying to flap your hands. But it took me about 6 months, and now I can't even remember if it was my left or my right shoulder.
Now, like, your shoulders were messed up when we first started doing stuff. Yeah. That's fun.
And now I'm back. And that was the injury when I said to myself, if this happens again now, if this was to happen now, 4 years later, I don't think I'm coming back from that. I think I'm injured for life. And it was the type of injury now, my life insurance doesn't cover that shoulder for 1 more year in case anything happens with it, because it was that devastating to my shoulder. They're like, we'll insure your body, just not that bit, thanks, because it fucked up now. We'll make sure that's all right, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what they said to me. So it was excluded for 5 years because of that.
Your son's going, Daddy, I hope nothing happens.
My son will kick me in the shoulder now, isn't it? Which shoulder was it, Dad? But that was the injury that was like, to me, I was like, I'm not doing anything extreme, so I will watch now.
I've been saying it, man. Like,
I will cut your sport.
But this is what I'm saying. Certain things, it's better just to watch it on YouTube, bro. Like, I get people in the past that were like travel because like you couldn't get 4K footage of going somewhere, but
you get 8K now. Let's chill.
Listen, let me tell.
Yep.
What, you want to see the Northern Lights?
Yep.
Brother, turn off the lights in your room. Go on YouTube. Find the 8K footage. There you go. There's a Northern Lights, bro.
Get better music.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You're in the comfort of your own home. Bro, have you seen Iceland?
I've been to Iceland, bruv.
I've never been.
It's fucking cold, bro. I've been to North Sweden. It's fucking cold, boy. I've been to Norway. It's cold. And furthermore, okay, sorry, just to talk about skiing stuff. My mate just came back from skiing. It was minus in English. Yeah. Shout out to our American contingency. These are centigrade. Minus 35.
Yeah, I'm not. See, for me, those things aren't a holiday.
Okay.
If I have to put a few different jackets and hoodies, it's not a holiday to me.
He said if your skin was out, it would feel like it was hurting it. And check this, he said he saw residents there, it was in Canada, kids running around with a t-shirt on. Wild. Then the slopes were closed one day because it was minus 54 5.
I know somebody that's in Iceland right now, yeah? And I said to them, I was like, I was like, oh, yeah, you're not going to get a lot of ethnic minorities over there right now.
Really?
And then they were like, oh, actually, now you mention it, I haven't seen a single black person. And I was like, I told you, I don't think people of colour are not going there for like, hey, let's go to Iceland. And they ordered a pizza. And it cost them like £41 or something like that.
Oh, Iceland is not cheap, bro.
For a pizza, bro.
Yeah, Iceland's not cheap.
For a pizza
Iceland
to be delivered.
Iceland,
they don't even have Uber Eats.
Iceland and Switzerland, you're fucking up 50 quid for takeaway.
I mean, I've said
more than two.
Bare times here. Norway, I spent £14 on a tuna sandwich.
Yeah, man.
Because I thought it would be cheaper than getting a hot meal.
No.
I was like, yeah, bro. Like I can literally see the sea. It's there.
Yeah, you're looking at a McDonald's 15-20 quid. Also, I just want to say,
Hugus. That's where I went.
Hugus. There's a show that the TV show Alive or whatever it is, that series that came out about the rugby team that got stranded on the side of a thing. If they were going to a warmer climate, I'm just saying they wouldn't be stranded.
You see if they ever did, you see Celeb S.A.S. You know when like
I'd do that though.
I would do Celeb S.A.S. But if they did it in a hot climate, I think I'd survive better than if they did it in a cold climate.
Enjoy it too much. Yeah, you'd been enjoying it too much. You'd enjoy it too much.
I watched Celeb S.A.S. America, and they had Dwight Howard, NBA player on there, yeah. It was mad, bro. I was watching it, I was like, what the fuck? They got Dwight Howard? But anyway,
Howard, did he do all right?
He got to the basically the final day, but he lost the torture challenge because he wouldn't give up information, and they were like, if this was the real thing, they'd have shot you by now.
So he didn't give up enough information.
Yeah, because
I'll take that.
You've got to that's how they got Tony Belly, because Tony Belly was like, lad, I'm not gonna fucking talk, lad. I'm not gonna snitch. So it's like, where I'm from, you don't grass. And it's like, whatever, man. In a form of life or death at that point, that's not grassing. You're just giving up like bits of.
But did they tell you that first though?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, if they tell me to give a bit of information, I'll give you my badge number, whatever it is.
And also, if you've watched enough series of it, like if you know you're going on, at least watch all the series, innit? Just so you know what they're looking for, innit, when it gets to that point.
I love Celebrity S.A.S. The only thing I don't like is when they do scenarios and they don't tell you what to do. Like they put you in a scenario and they're like, well, you fucked up. But I'm like, well, no one's taught me what to do in it, so I'm running off instinct in it. So you can't cuss me. If you tell me what to do,
you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Everybody's dead now because of you. I'm like, but you didn't fucking tell me what to do. It's like sending me into a kitchen and be like, make some dolphin potatoes or whatever like that. Yeah, if I ain't got a fucking recipe, I don't know how to make them.
They'll do that on MasterChef.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah, but they don't shout at you though, do they?
Well, it's worse because they look at you like you're a dickhead, innit? And you're like, hold on, brother, don't look at me like that. I'll punch you up, bro.
Yeah. bruv,
But
imagine saying that to Foxy. Don't look at me, bruv. I'll punch you up, bro.
Nah, those guys will fuck you up. Like us, those SAS guys. Nah, they'll punch you up.
I reckon I could mash them up in a friggin'. If I give me a couple of guns,
SAS guys?
Give me a couple of guns.
No guns. Physically. You're finished, bro.
No, I don't want a couple of guns,
They're
man.
in their 50s, I think, as well. They're fucking you up.
Yeah?
Bro?
Give me a couple of guns, I'll fuck them all up.
Foxy is long.
2 guns, bro.
And the 2 American guys.
I'll even go as far as to say, give me 1 gun, I'll fuck them all up.
What guns? Do you know what? I'll go as far as to say, if the gun's in your hand and they're close enough to you, bro, if they're taking that out of your hand.
Nah, man. 2 meters. Give me 2 meters and a gun. I've got them all, bro.
Go on then. Fucking shoot me. And you're like...
Yeah.
Recoil fucks you up, and then now you're on the floor for some reason. And the gun's to your head.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of them where they put it in like...
Such an idiot. So can I just say I'm sorry about this podcast today. I've been in the fucking dumbest mood. Give me 2 guns and I'll fuck any of them up. The dumbest fucking... This ain't got a clue essence. If you've just got to the podcast right now...
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared to say anything. Like, in the mood you're in, it feels like you might punch me up as well. So I'm just a bit on edge.
I'm glad you can read that today, man.
I'm just like, do you know what? Let him go off. But the ones where they're in a hot climate, I'm like, I'd smash that. Even though like they had one recently, I think it was the last series with Jermaine Pennant and guy from The Wanted and a bunch of them. Like it was I think it was somewhere in Asia, like Thailand or somewhere like that, where it would rain, but it's also hot and quite humid. And they were fucked. Like 3 of them went out after one challenge. 3 of them because of like exhaustion or whatever. Like they had to like take them to the hospital and stuff and whatever. But I think I'd deal much better with that than I would if you put me in like rain and cold. If I'm in rain and cold, I'm
I think what makes
mental health would be through the floor, bruv.
I'll be honest with you. What gets me the most out of all of these situations, and what would be the hardest, hot and cold, I can deal with those if I'm prepared for it. It's the moisture. It's wet, soggy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shout out to Yasmin Evans. She went on SAS, and I think they told her to leave at one point, but I don't think it was her getting kicked out for want of trying. But she showed me the picture. I don't think she put it on social, but she spoke about this with me like openly. She had trench foot, bro.
Yeah.
The beginnings of that.
Nasty.
See that kind of stuff, Kae. It's the wet. It's the wet. That, and I think if that started to happen to you,
no.
You're not comfortable, are you? Because Kae, it's nothing to do with cleanliness. It's nothing to do with, dude. You can't get away from this wet, bro.
The doctor just goes to you and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have to withdraw you because of medical reasons," and you're like, "Cool, fine."
Yeah,
that's not me giving up. That's the doctor withdrawing me for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with that.
It's like getting kicked out for not saying enough in it. Like it's kind of
whatever. Like
I'll get killed.
Medical reasons. No, I had to withdraw because of medical reasons. I never withdrew. They withdrew me for medical reasons.
Yeah.
But what
it was a hangnail, but that's not the medical term for it.
What I was gonna say is back to like that whole bunch of stuff like about certain places you don't need to go. I don't need to go to most of Europe. I understand it now. It's just mainly cathedrals and town squares.
I'm trying to think about where would I not want to go,
and it's just like it's all the same thing, remix, different signs, and I've said that before in here. But I'm kind of like I don't need to see the Great Wall of China, bro. I'll be real with you.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
But okay, so that's my default. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I feel like.
Do I need to?
I feel like, if I'm honest, like all joking aside, because I've said the fucking dumbest shit in this episode. Yeah.
Do I need to?
I would probably like to go to those places personally, just to take them in and have a look and walk around it. Where I do not need to have any effort is going to a hot place with a beach. Yeah, I have seen all the beaches. Once you've seen one, so don't get me wrong. Like it's lovely to go to a place like that. But me and you are planning on a trip to go on a trip somewhere, and you're like, it's over a certain temperature and it's got a beach. I don't really care, innit? Like if there were 5 options, I want to go for the cheapest one. Is the beach hot? Is the water nice? That's all I care about. And there's options that you can. There's places you can find.
Okay. I sort of understand, but at the same time, I'm like, what are the establishments like on the beachfront?
Of course, yeah, that as well. Yeah.
That's one thing I care.
No people,
because I'm not going to Magaluf.
Nah. So I'd go to Cyprus, but I'm not going to Nissi Bay.
Okay,
I'm not going to Nissi Bay.
Yeah.
I'm going to,
I know what you
where
mean,
the Greeks go.
I know what you mean.
Cypriots go.
If there's
seen a beach, seen them all. Yeah, do you know what? I'd say cheap flight to Cyprus, take me to a nice beach, water's warm there, I'm jiggy. I don't think I need to spend that much. Like if I'm going to Australia, I don't know if I need to go there to be on the beach. The beach is lovely, but I'm not.
Okay,
it's the same amount of money, man.
So this is why I ask about skiing holidays, right? If I don't ski and I don't drink, what is there for me to do?
Nothing. You don't even drink because I'm doing après ski. Like I'm just literally bar hopping and drinking cold drinks in a warm place that's in a cold place because I'm at a warm bar and it's cold outside drinking a cold beer. Weird. Anyway, carry on.
if I don't drink or doing it, is the food amazing? I've heard it's not.
It can't.
It's just all unhealthy stuff.
Because you need to burn calories. It's simple food. Yeah, I think you'd be suited to a holiday where there's nice cuisine, fresh cuisine. So for you,
I've said it to people. I need a big city with a nice beach. So right now I can see Barcelona vibes.
I was thinking of Barcelona in terms of nice place. Couple of hours away, you got beach, you got city, you got fresh seafood. Should we go?
We could live in Barca.
I could do it because you know what I did. I made the mistake. You know our rule with seafood. I believe you've adopted this in life. I went for food in London and I ordered prawns. Or shall I say prawns were ordered for the table, shall I say. And I ate one. And the last time I'd had a prawn was when I was by the sea and it was fresh. It probably jumped out and onto my plate. I had this prawn in the middle of London. It weren't very nice, bruv. I'm done with seafood. But if me and you, Barca, bruv, yeah, we go for a nice walk down the beach.
Barcelona is amazing.
Yeah. Barcelona, yeah.
Let me tell you,
just practicing our Catalonian, bruv. Catalan.
Do you know what it is? It's just one of those places where you're like, oh, imagine if London had a beach near it. Like, and it was sunny all the time, and you're like, it's sort of, it's got that big city feel to it, but then you can
big city energy. Yeah, it has nicer people. Also, you've reminded me of a TikTok influencer that tried to say that there is a beach on the Thames.
Did they?
Yeah, they were like, if you go to this part of the Thames, go down this alleyway, left here, there's a little beach. If you see that TikTok, please do not follow this guy's instructions because it is not a beach. That water is disgusting. You don't want to be lying on little rocks that have been washed all over it. But bless that influencer for being like, yeah, I found a beach in the middle of London at the Thames.
I do look at the Thames sometimes,
Yeah.
And you know when I see people on their boat tours and stuff by it, and I'm just like, man, there's got to be better things to do in this city than that, bro.
We've all been on a boat party on the Thames, haven't we?
I don't think I have.
You've never been to a boat party on the Thames?
I don't think I have.
Not even the one where the boat doesn't go anywhere. There's the boat that everyone gets onto. I can't remember the name of it.
There is a boat that I perform on. For the boat show comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I think that's the boat that
I've
we've all
said
been
this.
on.
So a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, went on a I don't know how to say this without making it bait.
Date.
Huh?
Date.
No, they went on a party.
Yeah.
And it was a rapper's party.
Yeah.
And they went there, but like they'd had a conversation with a rapper and it was quite awkward.
Okay.
But they had nowhere to walk off to. So they ended up just walking around
in circles and seeing each other.
Just
remember what I said though, yeah? Next time I see you, and then you see them 10 minutes later. Yeah, no, just say like...
Yeah, but it was just mad awkward. But it's like, you know when you're at a party, you'd be like, oh yeah, 1 second, like, I just got a phone call or you could go out.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. You can't go out. You can't leave when you want to as well. Yeah. That's my worst nightmare though. I can't leave when I want to. I have to wait for everybody. I have to wait for this boat to get in. That's nightmare.
Yeah, you can't do your Irish goodbye, can you?
Also, a boat party on the Thames doesn't have the same. Like if you like Miami has a different sort of vibe to it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're looking at like, there's so many other cities in it. Like if there was even a boat in New York seems like a little more. But even then, I think New York's kind of disgusting as well, isn't it? But like, LA maybe.
LA is nice. Yeah,
but
nice.
You look at like, I'm like, boat on the Thames, and all the boats are old. Have you noticed that?
I did see the Uber boat.
Have you ever seen the
Uber boat?
If you see the decor on boats, it's never like...
Yeah.
Unless like it's like this brand new... but most of the boats that they're using for boat parties and tours and stuff like that, the decor inside...
Yeah.
Like if you've ever gone on like by a ferry to somewhere and you're looking at the carpet... Yeah. Thatcher years.
Toilets are always a bit ropey as well, isn't it?
But look at the carpet in it. The carpet gives you 1980s feel. Do you know what I mean? It's 40 years old, that kind of thing. Like it's very like, they were giving out free milk to kids when this was built. You know what I mean? Like
it's a toughie, man. Like it's a toughie, man. Like the Thames.
I don't fuck with the water.
I
don't fuck with the outside water.
What do you mean?
But we've said this.
Yeah.
Like
I get seasick if I'm in the sea.
Remember I told you when I was in Dubai, right? Yeah. And then I went into the sea and then the fish hit my...
brushed against your leg.
Brushed against my leg and I was like, big man, this is not for me.
Your domain. Yeah.
So, like, I understand I'm in your house, innit?
Yeah.
Like, fish aren't just randomly... Like, no fish come onto this podcast to disturb us, right?
Yeah.
So why am I going... in their ends, disturbing them.
Yeah.
Like a fish has never come here and gone bloop 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 around our faces. So I'm just kind of like, no, it's true though, they haven't. So
oh my god,
no form of sea creature has ever bothered us. So for me to then go into the sea and go, yeah, this is nice, and then piss in the water and that, nah, brother. I hope when one day there's like when rising sea levels come and some of these sea creatures see us, hope they know that I weren't part of that, bruv.
You know, people forget that like fish shit and piss in the water all the time as well. That's what they do. I think people forget that, you know. It's a bit of a weird one, but like,
bro, there's so many sea creatures.
Yeah, they just shit and piss in the water.
No, there's so many sea creatures that you don't know about.
Yeah,
I saw some TikTok that had these like 5 sea creatures. Yeah. Oh my word, bruv. You know when you look at Pokemon.
Yeah.
And you're like, raw, they're scary.
Yeah.
Brother, these things were scarier than Pokemon, innit?
These ones with the massive eyes and the underbites and stuff like that.
Fangs and and you're like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't know I don't. You see them guys that went in on that. What was it? Submersible. The thing that exploded, the submarine thing
that imploded. Yeah, but that one was controlled by a fucking PlayStation or Xbox controller.
It was a Dreamcast controller. Actually.
A Dreamcast. Fuck yeah, no.
Them guys. I'm like, yeah, you lot had more money than sense because there's nothing down there. Again, YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean, you made a valid point, Kae. No seafood has actually ever come up on this podcast. We've never had a fish on this podcast, or dolphin, octopus. We've spoken about octopus, but we've never had any of them on
none
the podcast.
None of them have ever listen, none of them have troubled me, innit?
Yeah.
So I ain't going to trouble them. And I just feel like, listen, yeah, YouTube can get you out of a lot of issues, innit? You want to go into the sea? Mm-hmm. Snorkel on that? Mm-hmm. I'm sure someone's already done it on a GoPro.
Immerse yourself. Well, actually, with this new AI stuff and all the VR, like
that
Vision
headset,
Vision Pro and stuff like that, so you can immerse yourself. Like VR is getting there.
Let me tell you that Vision Pro thing, yeah, scared the life out of me.
Why?
I saw a footage of a guy on the train in America. Mm-hmm. He had the Vision Pro thing on, and he was just doing his work. Like, for those that can see me on the on YouTube, he was just like doing this sort of stuff and typing in the air.
Yeah. First off, he sounds like a bit of a prick that's showing off, if I'm honest. Was it real life? Was he actually doing it? Or was he?
Yeah, he was
a bit
actually
of a showy prick, innit? Get me?
But I'm just
do what we all do on the train and just fucking listen to a podcast, innit? Or watch a video with your little headset on. Don't be doing this in the air. Get your hands out of my space. Think that's going to work on the Bakerloo line in rush hour, bruv? When there's 500 people crammed in the fucking train and someone's saying, can you move down the carriage, please? You there fucking moving your hands around? Get your hands the fuck out of my face.
It's quite bulky as well, you know?
It's getting smaller. It's better than it was.
Yeah, but I want it if it's gonna be like something that I can use, it has to just be like normal glasses.
Sunglasses. You want it sunglasses in terms of slightly thick sunglasses.
I could do that, but that thing is massive, bro. Like that would hurt your neck after a while.
It's a big device.
Did you ever use the MetaQuest thing, like the MetaQuest headphone thing, whatever they're called?
I've got the latest one, the new Quest, and it's decent. It's a decent one. It's cool.
I had a certain iteration of it.
Yeah.
And I used it like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't
it needs to be glasses size for it to be used. And then
it was just long though. Like it's just long, like trying to, like if I want to go into like if I want to play a video game or whatever, I don't want to be active while I'm doing it.
I hear that.
I want to be sat down and chill, not like let me put a fucking suit on, basically.
I'll be honest, I want to rest a fucking can of Pringles on my belly, and slowly bounce my belly and let the Pringles shuffle to the top of it, and then just lick a Pringle off the top of it, and that's the amount of move, because I don't want to get crisp dust on my fingers because I'm playing a computer game. That's what I want to do. It was a
shooting game, and I was just like, this is
effort,
and I have to look with my head going. I was like, this is long, bro.
This is not FIFA where you can just sit there holding a control pad and like having a drink with a straw so long. I've seen
so many people injure themselves with them on as well.
I had a DJ, Max Denham, in here with an earlier version of a MetaQuest, and he punched the TV that we got in here because it was a game where you have to punch, and he fucking. It's big shout out to the TV. It looks untouched. That's why I like to keep this TV in, because it's taken a lot. He punched the TV because it was a game where you had to punch people or whatever, and then he got really into it and punched the TV.
I've seen people run. The only thing that really I did on there was like you'd come out of a lift and there was a plank.
Oh, that's cool.
And you'd walk the plank. Yeah. And for some reason you felt like you were scared of heights. Yeah. When you're on there, you're like, but
yeah, you get VR sickness as well. I'll tell you what, Disney, I know this isn't a tech podcast, but Disney have sorted out this new floor that you can run in any direction on as well. So it's like you can so the floor in here was made out of it, you could run, and in VR you're running. Does that make sense? In any direction?
Yeah, I know, but
effort.
It's like a treadmill, isn't it? Basically, that goes in every direction.
Omnidirectional treadmill. Yeah. There you go.
I don't need that, man. Go out into the park, man. Touch grass, as they say.
Yeah, touch grass.
Touch grass. You need to touch grass, man. This is why we're creating so many losers.
I'm a big fan of it. But at the same time, you're saying stay inside. Kate's saying touch grass, but stay inside if you want to experience the extremes of life.
No, I'm saying there's certain things that if you know you don't deal well with certain climates, don't waste that money. You can watch it on YouTube.
Are you a fan of the mediocre, tame, tepid, boring climate? Do you like that? Are you a fan of that? Just a normal day, so it's not too hot, not too cold. So a day, the sun's out, it's nice, not too hot, not too cold. You're not a fan of it?
Put it this way, yeah. Yeah. When people go to me, let's go on a plane.
Yeah.
Like, I have no desire.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect, right?
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, let's go to Dublin.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't drink.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, what do you want me to do there? Because they're like, oh, we're going to go bar hopping. So I'm like, there's nothing else for me to do there.
You could go to Temple Bar. You don't have to drink. That's got nice like cultural significance. I'd say if me and you went to Dublin, we'd go around. We'd take in some of the culture that isn't drinking, and it'd be good for you to meet some Irish people.
No, like, I love Irish people. Yeah, but I'd get to a stage where I'm like, what am I like?
Yeah,
it's like when I go to certain parts of Europe. That's the same sort of thing in it. Where I'm like, is it just Five Guys and a courtyard? With a McDonald's and a Burger King.
I think there's lots of culture to be had. When you're ready for it, Kae, you'll find it, and I'll take you. I'll take you with me.
Like even when I went Lisbon, after a couple of days, I was like, I get it. I get it. Yes, yeah, nice architecture. I'm all right now.
Yeah,
it's just like I need stuff to do.
What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do on holiday? What do you want to do?
Like, put it this way: there just needs to be. Like, this is part of the reason I love London so much. You can go to a different restaurant every day, right?
Okay.
That's decent.
Okay. So you want good food?
Good food, good vibes, just different things, different places.
But like what? Like so, I'm trying to think. Like, what do you want? So you want a place where there's variety of food? Because Barcelona is kind of does feel like it's got
variety of food and scenery.
A variety of food and scenery.
Yeah, because certain places you go, the cities are small. So once you've gone exploring during the day, you've pretty much seen most of it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like New York will take you ages to cover.
I don't think you could ever. New York's like London. I don't think you can ever see it all, because by the time you've seen it all, something else have changed. Yeah,
and it's that kind of vibe. That's what I like. Where it's just like never. Whereas if I go somewhere and it's like, oh yeah, that's that, and it's like, okay. Like, have you ever been Norwich?
Yeah, man.
Everything's done by 5.
Once. I've been to Norwich once. I think I've been out in Norwich once.
And you're like, never again.
I'm fine for that, thanks. I'm okay. I love you as a people, Norwich. Shout out to my gang. Shout out to the Suffolk gang as well, all the way up there as well. I mean, not Suffolk, sorry, Norfolk gang. Yeah.
But you're like, I get it. And then you're like, that's it.
Wow. So you've likened most of Europe to Norwich, you know?
No, but I'm giving you an example.
Devastating blow, okay.
Well, yeah, do you know what? Let's be real. No one goes, oh, let's go Brussels. What am I, a fucking MEP? Do you know what I mean? I'm not working in the European Parliament for me to... What am I doing in Brussels, bro?
I'm still trying to work out...
What am I doing in Brussels?
Is there not chocolate in Brussels?
All right, you see when people go Holland, yeah?
Yeah.
Or the Netherlands, whatever. They go Amsterdam and at a push, Rotterdam.
Yeah.
Name me 3 other Dutch cities. I know some because my family lived there. But
really? Go for it.
Den Haag, Enschede.
Yeah.
Lelystad.
Oh, the food is great.
Almere.
Yeah, Almere.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of these cities.
There's good clubs in Almere as well. Yeah.
I know a lot of these places, because of thingy. Like, Hoek van Holland is like where the ferry comes in. There's like loads of different cities, but if you're just going as a British tourist, you just go to 2 places and that's it.
I hear that, but you're
Utrecht. I went Utrecht and I was just like, I get it. 5 minutes in, I looked around. Canal, shopping centre.
You know what, Kae? Like,
I get it.
I just got to let you breathe for this one. I'm
Shawarma. Alright, cool, bruv.
So your mind goes after being somewhere for a couple of days, completed it, mate. Fucking completed it, mate.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, cool.
Essentially, I'm like...
Yeah, you're the equivalent of like, you sound like the British person. It's like, I went to France, had a croissant, completed it, mate. Fuck yeah.
Well, that's another
went to
thing.
Switzerland, had a bit of cheese, fucking saw a watch, fucked it off.
Right,
Yeah, cool.
I have never met anybody that's gone Paris and not been disappointed. Everybody I've met.
That's horrible.
Listen, if you in the comments, let us know, yeah?
I do love Paris, but
by the way, somebody told me the other day, why don't you go and buy a
London.
house in Tottenham? Be serious. But the other...
that was the episode where you trying to get me to be an estate agent and fucking list areas for you.
Someone was like, why don't you try Tottenham? I was like, I'm all right, mate.
I was going to mention that, actually. I was going to see what your reaction was to that was. Yeah.
But yeah, when... what were we talking about? Yeah, Europe, Like, most of Europe is just...
You don't like, it's not for you.
Listen, bro, like, honestly, go on Google Maps, Street View,
yeah,
and look at it first before you go?
I'll be real with you, Kay. Like all joking aside, I'm somebody. I like to touch grass, but I like to go to different areas and do that as well. So I will walk around. For me, seriously, plonk me in Dublin, leave me for 3 days. I'll just walk and enjoy it. Put me in Rotterdam, I'll walk and enjoy it. Anyway, I want to see that stuff, and I'm a big fan of just going and absorbing the culture and being with the people. And I'm also a big fan of a place that's not too hot and not too cold. That's what I was trying to get to. Like I love a sunny place, but if a place is just warm, like Barca at this time of year, a little bit warmer than the UK, yeah, I'll take it, bro. It's nice, man. It's warm.
Valencia,
it's cool out there.
I want to go to. There's a lot of Spain I want to go to.
Spain is a wicked place,
but again. But you see where it is here with those places. You know, certain places have been around since like
the Earth has been spinning.
Time.
Yeah.
Right. Well, everywhere.
Yeah, you're right, Kay. Everywhere. There are some places in the world that have been around since it began. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they've still got a lot of.
Instead of Luton, which is relatively new in the game. Yeah. Cool. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like. Milton Keynes. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine, sorry, Kate, imagine just turning on this podcast and coming to this moment and just pressing play and hearing there's certain parts of the world that have been around for a long time.
Civilization has been there for a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? Like you go to a lot of Spanish cities, especially like in Catalonia and whatever. You got to remember, even during the Crusades, right? They were fighting over those places, and there's still some buildings from that time left there, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of history that you can look at and go, "Oh wow, this was what they fought for this and that." And do you know what I mean? But there's certain places like no one's going Milton Keynes and going, "I'm soaking up the
culture."
But the thing is, you have to go one of two ways when it's somewhere's new.
Yeah.
You can either go like Dubai, where it's like we're going to make the biggest, the best, the tallest, the most efficient, or you could just be like, this is just going to be somewhere for people to buy houses when they can't afford it but want to get into London really quickly. and then that's what you get with Milton Keynes. Couple roundabouts and a retail park.
Didn't exist. Yeah, no. I hear what you're saying, Kay.
It's like there's a lot of cities in the UK that only got built once trains were available.
There are cities in the UK. There are areas of the UK that were just built because they were
between train lines.
We can put people there, and it's close enough to this city for people to get there.
They were between train lines.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all it was.
I mean, that's kind of how civilization works, but like at the same time,
but that's my point.
They're not fueled or filled by culture. Yeah,
I'm not going to go there and go, I wonder what.
It's not an activity like a day out. What are you doing?
What, terraced houses. That's it.
Yeah. So for you, Barca is your spot then. The positive thing will take. Barca ticks all the boxes.
There's a lot of Spain that I want to go to. I want to go to Madrid. Beautiful. I want to go to Valencia. I want to go to.
Spain's lovely. Northern Italy is lovely as well. A lot of people miss, or the middle of Italy as well. People miss out on that. There's parts of countries.
I was disappointed in Milan. You know.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Five Guys, Zara, Nike. Just in a square. Couple bars down. Do you know what I mean? Like, where it's like, all right, where's the... Oh, okay, the cathedral, I get it.
So what do you want then? Because I think we want different things. For me, when I go on a trip, I want a bit of warmth, I want a culture, and I want to see the people.
Warmth, culture.
But you seem like you want a bit more than that. Like,
no,
what do you need?
Culture, but all right, do you know what this is globalization. Because
you sound like you need a cruise. Because a cruise, you're in a place for a couple of days. Cruise where you get off and stay for a couple of days, get on the boat, wake up somewhere else.
Have you not listened to anything I said? I do not like boats, right?
So what are you going to do? Like,
no. So anyway, when I want to go somewhere where it's big, warm, with a variety of things to do, right? And I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's it. If it's just drinking, and mediocre weather, I could have stayed in London and watched it on YouTube.
Okay, so basically Dubai.
Nah, not just Dubai, but like I told you, I've said 3 places in Spain already that I want to go to.
I don't know if they'll have the things that you want though, from what you said.
Madrid.
I don't know if it'll have what you want.
What do you mean it does now? There's like 3 football teams that we can go to and watch a match there.
So that counts. All right, cool. All right.
But that's a thing to do. If you go to a Real Madrid match, you're telling me that's not historic? Yeah, the Santiago Bernabeu.
I think 3 of those back to back would be a bit much for me. If one, I could go and watch one game, but 3 days of football back to back.
Not 3 days of football, but you watch a match one day, go to a couple restaurants and stuff there, explore the city, see what it's got to do. You could do 3 days there, easy, different things to do. Okay. Whereas my point is, with Lisbon, you're like.
But if it had a big football team, you might fuck with it.
It does. It's got Sporting Lisbon.
Oh yeah, Sporting Lisbon.
But I went in the summer when the season wasn't.
Okay, all right. I'm glad I'm not your travel agent, bruv. because you know.
Listen, man,
it sounds like it's a complex set of needs.
Anyway, Marcus has been hating on Stormzy, so I'm just letting you know, yeah, they are about the same height. So if anybody wants to organise a Misfits bout, Marcus is ready, right? Catch us on a page in a bit.